Okay. You have the Four of Wands. Oh, don't you just love that card? All right, the Four of Wands. This is an excellent card. This is about happiness, resting, a first completion. This is, if you're single, focusing on what you want or finding what you want. This may be that you're going to be getting it this month, or that you're going to meet somebody that you could see the potential with there. But this definitely says, Capricorn, that you are focused on certain things, family, marriage, kids, commitment. Even if it's just, I want somebody to hang out with and adventure with. I don't want to have to worry about, the long haul. I just want somebody pretty cool to hang out with. This is saying this month, you're really focused on it. You're really focused on your happiness, because the Four of Wands is one of my favorite cards in the deck. This is happiness. This is also first completion. So this is getting there. So if you haven't been dating, you're going to start dating. If you have been dating, you might get a commitment. Or if you've been dating and it's been, null and void and kind of a lull, you will be finding somebody to commit with. Because again, this is stability, it's a happiness, and it is a first completion. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, I feel like there may be communication, or there may, no, you know what? I'm going to scratch that. I feel like the majority of you are not communicating, but the Four of Wands tells me there's a completion to that. So you will start communicating. There is a break in the silence. The Four of Wands also is a happiness that I think that maybe you had to find, or they had to find, for you guys to be able to come together. Very similar to Sagittarius. And it's weird that I said that, because there was a point in their read where I felt the similar energy, where it's like, you had to get to your resting place. You had to get to your happy place with them in your mind in order for you to ever have a good communication. So had they come to you 2 months ago, you might have been like, screw you, and you lied, and you're a piece of crap, and whatever. And now you're in a much happier place, which is where you need to be if you guys are going to communicate and actually make go of it. All right. The next card you have is your first card coming into the month. So your current position, and you have the Three of Wands. So very interesting. You're going to go from 3 to 4. So the Three of Wands is saying, look, this is where you're contemplating what I want. This is goals. This is planning. This is looking ahead at the future. How can I grow this further? If you're single, how can I meet the person I want? Not everybody wants to get married. Not everybody wants kids. Not everybody, whatever. You get my point. This is you saying, what do I want? In my heart of hearts, what do I want? And how do I get there? And where do I see myself 5 years from now? With another person, without a person, married, you get my drift. So the Three of Wands is you putting this into perspective to eventually gain what you're wanting. So this is the planning part, and this is the it comes to fruition part, which is very good. I like this because it's succinct, which means you're heading in the right direction. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is very similar. Where were we headed? Do we both still want those same things? Do I still want those same things with them? Do they still want those same things with me? Is there growth here? Is there opportunity here for us to get back together and develop into this? I feel like right now, yes, because these are two very happy cards. Let's see what the rest of the read says. All right, so the next card you have is how you're feeling coming into the month. Very interesting. You have the Eight of Wands, so you want it now, 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 now. You also have Wand energy, 3 in a row, which is fire signs, Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries, which is ironic because I was just talking about Sagittarius and you showed up in their card right here. So some of you might be dealing with a Sag, because that's a little too coincidental to not be dealing with a Sag. Not everybody, obviously, but for some of you, there's somebody in your life who has Sag in their charts. All right, you have the Eight of Wands again. Like I said, this is quick movement. This is action. This is force. This is, I want this, this, and this. So if you're single, you see the future. You've been seeing the future for a while. You're like, Dark Dove, I know where I'm going. I know what I want. Just when am I going to find this person to do these things with? Well, I think they're coming pretty soon because of those cards. But again, the Eight of Wands is also news from afar. So you could be dealing with maybe somebody coming back, maybe a reconciliation. I don't necessarily feel like any of you have somebody in particular that you're interested in reconciling with, but you may hear from somebody from the past, whether it pans out to work with them or not. I feel like these are different situations. If somebody does contact you, yes, there could be a chance that you guys would reconcile, but for the majority of you, I feel like this past person might just come in and say hi and then come, leave as quick as they came in. Now, interestingly enough, if you're looking to reconcile, I do think you're going to hear from them. I do think that either you will reach out or they will. I feel like you're holding off, waiting for them to contact you. And for a lot of you, because you have your reasons, maybe they were the ones who broke up, or maybe they were the ones who did you wrong. But again, this is you hoping for it faster than it's coming. This is an internal card. So this is you kind of going, doo, 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 doo. You're watching the clock. You're clock watching, going, all right, are they calling me now? Nope. Okay. Did they call? Nope, they haven't. And not terrible, but we've all done that where you're waiting to hear from somebody and you look at the phone and you're like, it's been 2 minutes? 2 minutes? What? So just keep that in mind. Don't try and force it to happen. Let it come as it's supposed to. Or pick up the phone and call them yourself. The next card you have is your distant past. Now, I read this together for anybody looking to reconcile or anybody who's looking for love, because this is distant past. So 5-10 years, it could be throughout your childhood. And I always bring this up because it's either something that you want to avoid repeating a pattern from the past, or it's the universe's way of telling you something good that maybe you can bring from the past, or something to remember this month that's going to kind of enlighten your way. The Star card is beautiful. This is about hope. It's about faith. It's about knowing that love can happen. So whether you're single or looking to reconcile, I feel like this is the universe's way of saying, hey, you've had it before, so steady on. Make plans, look forward to the future. There is a bright future ahead of you. There is a star here for you to have. And so you may have had bad times in the past, and some of you may reminisce on those bad times more than you do the good times. And so the universe is saying, remember the good times from your past. Remember seeing, maybe your parents were really happy, or maybe your grandparents were really happy, or maybe your sister or brother or somebody was very happy, because this is an inspiration. But it's also a self-esteem and a generosity. So at some point you saw a generous relationship between people, and that's something you've, really strived for. And the star is saying, keep that hope alive, keep that faith alive. Whether it's something you want to emulate, an inspiration from somebody else that has a very successful relationship, whatever it is, emulate that energy, keep that belief. And I feel like this is going to be easier to do, especially here in the US with the holidays coming up, because I feel like there's this overwhelming presence in everybody right now, and more so this year than I felt in a long time. So for some reason, maybe because there has been negativity the past couple of years, that we need this hope. We need this faith this time. We need this star shining so that we can believe in ourselves again. The next card you have is your immediate past over the past 2 weeks, past month or two, and you have the 7 of Cups. All right, so this is a good card. It's about dreaming, it's about wish fulfillment, it's about wishful thinking, but it's also about temptation. So if you're single, I feel like you know where you're going here, but you might have had some temptation from people that were not a good fit for you. So just keep in mind, see what's ahead, see what you want, see what lies ahead. And in that, I mean, somebody's telling you, oh, I think you'd be great and we should get together and we would be awesome in a relationship, but they're bullshitting you. They don't want anything. They want some booty. That's it. You know it. They know it. Okay. And if you want that, fine. Have the friends with benefit situation. Just know that that's what that type of situation is. It's not, don't start all of a sudden gushing that this, gorgeous guy or girl who says specifically on their profile or tells you in person, I'm not looking for anything, that all of a sudden you're going to change them, or they want, they're going to want to be with you for the rest of their life. Be realistic. Because the 7 of Cups can get into a mindset of, wanting everything good, which there's nothing bad about that at all. Just being realistic about it is really important, because you do have these high hopes. You're going places. So don't get drawn up in the knight in shining armor or princess. This is saying, understand that there's no perfect person out there, and that you're going to find somebody amazing. You absolutely are having this type of stuff going on. But be realistic about it. Know that everybody has their imperfections, and sometimes the imperfections are what make the people the most beautiful that they can be. All right. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this tells me that some of you may have had an opportunity to date, or you may be dating, or you may be seeing other people. But it may be because that's what you needed to do to kind of move on from this person. However, I don't see you moving on from this person. I feel like that you still see them like this. You still see them as being like the one for you, or the person that you're going to marry, the person you're going to be with. But right now you're just kind of biding your time, and nothing negative. So cross watchers don't all of a sudden be like, oh, they're dating. I knew it. They're sleeping. It's not like that at all. This is just enjoying your time. I mean, if you guys aren't together and this person has blocked you, or they said they don't want to be with you, or you said that or whatever, and there's no communication, then don't worry about it. Now, this is also wishful thinking in the fact of getting back together. So I feel like for a lot of you, this doesn't represent seeing anybody at all. It represents you almost picturing your life together. You're planning, you're ready to move forward. It's weird. It's almost like, because of this connection, it's coming. Like you're still planning it with them. Now, some of you are planning without them because you see a happy future without them, and that's fine. But a lot of you really still see them in this future with you. And communicate, like in your gut, this is not the last time you're going to hear from them. Okay, the next card you have is your distant future. So over the next 2 or 3 months, sorry. And you have the Death card, which is Scorpio's card. So you could be dealing with a Scorpio. Oh, and I forgot to mention this is Aquarius. So you could have an Aquarius here, a lot of fire energy, like I said, and Scorpio. The Scorpio card, the Death card, is good. This is not a physical death, nothing to be scared of, although it can be a little graphic in that picture. The Death card is about changes. This is about rebirth and it's about transformation. So if you're single, this says, hey, there's something coming. This is a rebirth. And it's weird because I said that somebody might come in and I don't see them staying very long, but for some of you, they might actually stay because this is a rebirth, which I feel like is like a reconnection with this person. But for majority of you, I feel like this is a transformation in your love life. This is you getting from point A to point B. This is you starting off here and getting this because this is your theme of the month. So over the next few months, you're going to get what you want here. This is a birth of something new. This is a transformation. So I feel like, and it's really weird because I just got this gut feeling of like your whole life is changing if you're single, like your entire existence as far as your love life. Like, don't worry, you're not losing your job or anything like that. But your existence as far, like you're no longer single. You're existing as a couple. I know that sounds strange, but that's exactly what's coming in. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is a rebirth. I do feel like, and this could actually be a birth. Maybe some of you are pregnant. Maybe some of you have, the bun in the oven, or that's the plan, or that's what you wanted, and that's where you're heading. It's weird too, because he looks pregnant there. So for some of you, you may want kids, or you may have talked about kids, and you guys are going to come together, and that's what you're going to see in your future. Or you already have kids together. But whatever this is, this rebirth is good. It's going to direct you on the right path. And it's very interesting because I've done 3 or 4 signs. I upload them at like 2 or 3 batches a piece, but you and Sagittarius, who I brought up before, are the only 2 reads so far that have gotten really good reconciliation. Everybody else has been kind of like null and void. So Capricorn, take it as it, resonates, but I feel like there's a big possibility you guys have transformed and there's going to be a coming, come to Jesus, kind of, so to speak. All right. The next card you have is your immediate future. So throughout the month of December, and you have the 6 of Coins. This is interesting. The 6 of Coins is not a negative card at all, but this is a generosity card. So if you're single, I feel like this is kind of you. You're handing out your coins to people who are deserving of them. And that may sound weird, but it's like, you're not willing to settle for something less than what you want. And before, I feel like you have. I feel like before you lost sight of what you wanted. And you're coming in this month going, I see very clearly what I want. And so the 6 of Coins is saying, I'll talk to you and I'll talk to you. And you seem like a nice person. And you're not basing it on how they look. You're basing it truly on where do you see yourself in the future and who do you think could come along for the ride and fit. Somebody that you wouldn't have to force into your life. Somebody that would actually fit very easily into your puzzle piece, which is ironic because Sagittarius had something similar. So again, 6 of Coins is you just kind of being generous, but also, it's a charitable. So it's almost like recognizing your self-worth and going, there are certain people who deserve to be in my life and certain people who don't. And I need to cut out the negative and allow the good, positive people to come in. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, I feel like when they contact you, you're going to almost feel like you're giving them a coin. You're like, well, I'll talk to you right now. I'm not happy about everything. This is not me forgiving you. This is me giving you 1 coin. And then if you continue to talk to me and you're not full of crap and you're not BSing me, here's another coin. It's like you're willing to move on with them. You want to have some sort of progression with them, but you're not putting all your eggs in that basket. You're not giving them your all. You're not going to jump into their arms and be like, I missed you. I love you. You're going to say, all right, you have my attention. Now, what do you want to talk about? Let's talk. Okay. Oh, you want to meet for coffee? Okay, well, we'll meet for coffee. Okay. Oh, you want to come over? Okay, well, you can come over. You get my drift. So definitely a lot of action going on throughout the month of December. The next card you have is anything tangible that's going to come to fruition throughout the month, which is very interesting. This is the 9 of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. This is pleasure, bliss. So it's like, this is a tangible. This is something that's supposed to happen throughout the month. Again, in the beginning, middle, end. It can last for an hour. It can last for a day. hopefully this lasts the whole month, but you're going to have a moment. And I actually feel like whether you're single or looking to reconcile, it's the same for both of you. This is a moment of pure bliss. Do you ever get that moment in your life? Do you ever get that feeling in your life for just, I mean, it could last for 3 seconds where you just know everything's going to be okay. You just get that, like, this sensory overload stops. Everything stops for 3 seconds. Everything's quiet. And in your stomach, you get that everything's going to be okay. Like, everything's good. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I get it. Maybe I'm nuts and the only person who gets it, but I hope you guys get it because it's an amazing feeling. That reminds me of this. I feel like at some point throughout the month, if you're single, you're going to meet somebody or you're talking to somebody you're already talking to, and you just know. You have that moment of clarity. You get a hug or a gesture or something, and you just know in that moment that this is somebody you're going to spend a lot of time with. If you're looking to reconcile, it's very similar. That phone call, that coffee, that or whatever it is to you, there's a moment, like a plethora, an inspiration that kind of just hits you and you go, okay, maybe we can do this. The next card you have is how you're feeling throughout the month. And you have the King of Swords. So how you're feeling throughout the month, again, it could last for a long time. It could just be in the beginning, but very interesting because the King of Swords is just. This is somebody who wants the truth. This is somebody who tells the truth. So if you're single, I definitely feel like this is you going, all right, I feel like I can be myself with this person. I feel like they're genuinely being themselves with me. And I feel like they're telling me the truth. They're showing me their true colors. And so you're going to feel kind of like this justice energy, even though this isn't justice. The king stands for a just, a truth, a clarity, an understanding. This is how things are. So if you're single, I feel like you're going to feel throughout the month that they're building your trust, or they're building their trust to, you know what I mean? Like you feel like you can trust them and vice versa. You're kind of showing them that you're a stable person to deal with, and they're showing you that as well. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is you saying, okay, hey, we're talking. We might have this, rebirth in the future. We might be able to grow and plan and have all these wonderful things. But we got to talk. Because I feel like you're still going to have some things that you're not quite sure that you're getting the truth. Or there's other things throughout the month that you're going to have to ask questions on. And don't be afraid, because I feel like this is the time to do it. I feel like this is, if you guys are planning on doing anything in the future to get back together, your fears or any justs or truth that you need to hear, you need to talk about this month to clear the air. In order to get this rebirth and a transformation in the relationship, you have to have that hard discussion, and you know it. This is you thinking about it. So just make it a reality. The next card you have are your hopes and fears for the outcome of the month, and you have the Seven of Pentacles. This is about assessing a situation. It's about a risk, a reward, a choice. If you're single, you're definitely assessing the situation. You're kind of tallying up the pros and cons, and could I see myself moving into that energy with this person? So you're definitely checking the situation out, very much like an earth sign, very much like you might literally write down on a piece of paper the reasons why we should, the reasons why we shouldn't. Now, you don't want to ruin it with the shoulda, woulda, sometimes you just got to take that leap of faith. But for whatever reason, you are assessing this. And I feel more so you're assessing it if it is somebody from the past who comes back. If it is somebody who possibly is a reconciliation, then you're definitely going to be doing more of the assessing here, because obviously you have been through a situation with this person already. So you know certain things that you're happy with and others that you're not. So again, you are definitely assessing the situation for your future rebirth. Now, and it may be that you're going, hey, is this somebody I could see myself having kids with? All right. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, the Seven of Pentacles is very similar for you. And like I said, for the singles, this is you, because you know their past behaviors, going, what can I look past, or what unjust, or what truth do I need to see, or anything if they were untruthful with you, or any deception? Can I get past that? What's the risk here? If I jump back in with this person and I go all in, because that's what you would need to do here, you can't half-ass it. If you're going to go all in, what am I getting myself into? And you're able to see this a little better than anybody who's single, especially if they're not talking to a past person, because again, you guys have that relationship already, or you've had that. So you know what you're willing to go, okay, I can look past this and we can agree to disagree on this, but what can I absolutely not stand for?